Hello students, so today we will be starting a new chapter called Natural Phenomena. You have learned about few natural phenomena like storms, cyclones in the previous classes. In this class, we have to learn two important natural phenomena called lightning and earthquakes. So I will start with lightning first. But before starting lightning, I will have to explain you certain terms regarding electrical charges. Then only you will be able to understand. In 600 BC, in Greeks, they observed that when amber is rubbed with fur cloth, then it gets the property of attracting small pieces of paper. If I take amber rod and try to bring it near the pieces of paper, nothing will happen. But if I rub the amber rod with the fur cloth and then if I take, I will see that small bits of paper are getting attracted. Similar phenomena would be seen in case I take a glass rod rubbed with silk cloth. So this was observed quite early, but at that time structure of an atom was not known. It was also seen that when woolen or poly clothes are removed, then sometimes we see a spark in case the room is dark, and a crackling sound is also seen. Now let us try to understand what are these phenomena. If we take a glass rod, rub it with silk cloth, then that glass rod gets the property of attracting bits of paper. You can do the experiment yourself also. If you take a comb and rub with dry hair, and when you bring this comb near pieces of paper, it attracts. Similar thing happens with balloon rubber or with plastic or with a ball pen empty refill. If we rub with polythene, then it gets the property. So we say these materials have got charge. Now, other important point that was noted was if I take two glass rods. So if I am taking two glass rods, I am taking two glass rods, A and B. So if I take two glass rods, A and B, so this is one glass rod A, this is another glass rod B. I am bringing them near. If I take these two glass rods, I will see that when they are brought near together, there is a force of repulsion. There is a force of repulsion. If I take two ebonite rods and bring them near, again I will experience a force of repulsion. But if I take a glass rod and this ebonite rod, this is glass, this is ebonite. When I bring them together, there will be force of attraction. So it was seen that these materials can be classified into two groups. One is that if from group 1, if I bring another material of group 2, they will attract. But if I bring two materials of the same group 1, means similar to glass rod, which are repelling the glass rod, and the materials which are repelling ebonite rod, so that will be group 2. So if I take a material of group 1 and material of group 2, then they will attract. But if I take both the glass rods, they are repelling. I am taking both the ebonite rods, they are repelling. So we can make a rule that similar things repel, but opposite things attract. So they gave glass rod as they called it positive charge, and ebonite rod they told negative charge. So whichever material is repelling glass rod, that would be positive charge. Whichever material is repelling ebonite rod, that would be negative charge. So in this manner they made two groups, positive and negative. And so this charging has come because of rubbing or friction. So this we say that this is a charging by friction or rubbing. Okay, So I have explained you there are two types of charges, positive charge and negative charge, and similar charges repel and opposite charges attract. Now I can see here also, this is the glass jar. In this glass jar I put a rod. Rod is having one hook. In this hook I have connected two aluminum foils, very thin aluminum foils, and this rod I am supporting on this cardboard. Now if I take a glass rod and touch this metal rod, or even if bring it near, I will find that both aluminum foils are getting repelled, because the same charge has flown through this metal rod, and so both aluminum foils will get the same amount of same type of charge, so they will repel. Now if you touch this metal rod, the charge will flow to the earth. Or better method is to take a wire, copper wire, touch it to this rod and other end to the ground. So this is called, we are discharging the this rod, and this is called electroscope. So we are discharging an electroscope, and once we discharge the electroscope, the foils will not repel but will become stationary in this manner. Now to put another, take ebonite rod and bring it, so again you will find they are repelling. So this experiment shows that like charges repel, and so unlike charges will attract. And the removing of the charge from a body to earth is called earthing. Is it all right? Now if I take a metal rod and rub it with any cloth and I am holding it here, it will never get charged, because the charge which will get developed in metals, the charge will flow, and through our hand the charge will go to earth. So in case I rest this metal rod on a wooden stand, this is my wooden stand, and I am not touching it, or I am touching it by holding a polythene or by a silk cloth which is bad cutter, and then if I rub, this will also get charged. Otherwise it was getting charged as well as discharged simultaneously. Is it okay? So electricity on this ebonite glass rod, which are, we call it as insulators, through which the charges cannot flow, so we say electric charges are at rest in them. So electricity property that we will be learning in 12th standard, when the charges are at rest, that is called static electricity, and when the charges flow, then the phenomena that occurs, that is called current electricity. So now all our matter, you know, is made up of atoms, and atoms are having protons and neutrons in a small space called nucleus, and around the nucleus we have got electrons which are rotating. So electrons are rotating in various orbits. So this is positive, this is negative. So when we are rubbing the two materials, electron from some material which are having less affinity with the nucleus, they get removed and get carried away to the other material. Like if I take ebonite rod and rub it with woolen cloth, then electrons from woolen cloth will go to ebonite. So ebonite rod will become negative because it is having now more electrons, and this is having now less electrons compared to number of protons, so this will become positive. So as such, deficient of electron makes a body positive, and excess of electron makes a body negative. Simple example I will give. Suppose a body is having 10 proton, 10 electron. This is its normal state. So the charge is 0. But if I remove one electron, it becomes 9 electrons, so it will become positive 1. But whereas it gains 1 electron from other body, it will get 11 electrons, so it will become negative. So this is how the bodies become positive and negative by rubbing. So the transfer of electron is taking place. Is it all right? So now what happens if a body is having positive charge? As I told you, if I connect an connected to earth, the charges will flow to the earth. If body is having negative, if I connect, the charges will flow to earth. So that body, the wire or our human body is a good conductor through which charges can flow. In case the charges cannot flow, and then the charges would remain here. But in case I bring this negative body very near to it, then the air, which is normally a bad conductor of electricity, will start conducting, because it becomes a high electric field. In high electric field, air starts conducting, and so when the charges flow, electrons flow from negative to positive, so we will see a spark. So that is how the spark gets generated when charges are flowing through air, which is normally a poor conductor, but due to high electric field, the charges will flow. Is it okay? Now, knowing this, now we will be able to understand the phenomena of the lightning. See, you might have also seen that outside, when there are electric poles are there is a wind is blowing, the wires will become loose. So when the wire become loose, you will see the spark. You might have also noticed at home that when you are when you are removing a plug from the socket, if the switch is on, sometimes you will see a spark, because as soon as you start removing, there is a small gap between the plug pin and the socket, so the electric charges flow in slight air gap and you see the spark. Now, similar thing happens when we are removing woolen or polyester clothes from our body, because due to friction throughout the day, there might be many rubbing on the cloths. So, due to friction, it has developed charge, and that charge attracts the hair on the body. So, when they remove it, when a slight gap comes, there will be a very, very minor spark, which you can see only during if the room is dark. Now, lightning is also a similar phenomena, but on a very large scale. So, the spark is quite long and quite powerful. Now, let us try to see how these charges have come by the natural phenomena. Let us try to that. So, that is called development of a thunder storm. See, what happens during thunderstorm? During thunderstorm, air moves up and water droplets are moving down, because the rain had come, rain is coming. So it happens only during monsoon season. So when the air is moving up and water is flowing down, so both are moving in opposite direction and there is a vigorous movement, so that will cause friction. Due to this friction, there will be charge getting developed. So now charge has got developed in water as well as in air, opposite in nature. Also, there is a friction when the cloud is moving in air. If this is the cloud, it is moving, all around it is air. So cloud is moving in air, again there is a friction. So due to this friction, as we have learned, that charges get developed, so the charge on the upper end of the cloud becomes positive and lower end becomes negative. So this is how charges get developed. Now, if there are two clouds, there will be various clouds all around. And so when they come near to one another, or they collide with one another, then suppose this is positive, this is negative. So there will be sparking here. So sparking is between the clouds as well as between cloud and the earth. Earth is neutral, suppose. This is the ground, or this is a building, long tree or building. So this is positive, here it is neutral. So when the cloud comes here, there may be a sparking here. So sparking, and because from here it will come, it will go to the ground. So it will pass through the full building. Is it all right? So this is called electric discharge between clouds and electric discharge between cloud and the earth. So lightning can be between two clouds, it can be between cloud and the earth. Now, definitely you might have observed that first you see the light, then after some time you get the noise, sound. Why there is a delay? Because you know speed of light is much more as compared to speed of sound. Speed of light is 3 multiplied by 10 raised to 8 meters per second, whereas speed of sound in air is approximately 330 meters per second. So see the huge difference. So that is why there is a delay in hearing the sound of lightning, and you see the light first. Is it all right? Now, aim of this chapter is that besides learning that why does lightning take place, how to protect now ourselves from lightning. This is very important topic, how to protect ourselves. As we know that clouds are here, so it will flow, sparking will be outside. So any place outside our residence is not safe. So the building or the house are safe places, but outside is not safe. And if there is a tree here or some structure is here, the lightning will come to, and now it will flow through this. So this become very easy path. And in case this is made up of a good conductor, there will be heavy current. And if you touch this thing, you may get a shock. The shock can be fatal also. So always outside places are unsafe, inside the building or inside the house it is safe. Also now, inside the house also you should see that whichever especially metallic connections are from outside and they are coming here, like suppose the antenna connection or telephone connection, these are all metallic connections. So because from outside they may get charged due to lightning, and if you touch now your metallic things, you may get a shock. So you should always unplug all connections in the house, except you can keep the lights on. So that is safe. You can keep the lights on, but unplug all the connections. Even you should not take bath, because water is also a good conductor. Lightning might have got stuck in your water tank, and water tank contains water, so electricity will flow through water, and now you are using that water. So it is not even advisable to take bath during lightning. Is it all right? So this is how you can keep yourself safe from lightning. So then we'll proceed further. Lightning conductor. Now lightning conductor is a device that protects you from the house from getting lightning. Now suppose this is a building. In the building, on the top terrace of the building, various pipes are fixed. These pipes are pointed at the top. These pipes are pointed at the top, and they are going some distance above the building, and they are all along the height of the building and even going inside the earth. So in case there is a lightning here, the current will pass through this metallic pipe and will go to the earth. So there will be earthing. So the house is in safe condition. So all buildings, especially tall buildings, they have many lightning conductors, so that lightning should go to the earth. So in case you do this, you ensure that all the lightning conductors are in proper shape, means nothing has got broken, then you are safe inside the building. Even if there are any metallic columns, electrical wires are there, water pipes are there, so through them also current may flow. So you should not touch those, because if you touch those, then current might be flowing in them due to lightning, and then you may get a shock. That precaution you should take. Okay, so with this we have finished lightning. In the next session I will explain to you about earthquake. Thank you.